Can you believe this shit? That's a question I often hear from nearly everyone back home in the United States. Today, simply stating that people are misinformed and that they don't really truly know what's going on seems a bit over the top and arrogant. The gradual decline of cable media has been fueled by technological advancements. The lowering of entry barriers was always destined to spell the end of legacy media. However, the rise of new media reveals its own corruption and shortcomings. Kathy Newman's interview with the then-emergent Jordan Peterson became a viral sensation because it illustrated that much of journalism had stopped being about the pursuit of truth. Instead, it transformed into a weapon against those who were seeking the truth. The treatment of dissenters during COVID or the open endorsements of political candidates all highlighted the media's bias and bad faith. As is often the case when confronted with an extreme we don't like, people begin to explore the opposite extreme. The issue wasn't human behavior or the absence of competition. The real problems lie with the gatekeepers. This was at best a partial diagnosis, but many folks felt that dismantling the mainstream media and shaking up the marketplace of ideas would result in a healthier media landscape. And in some respects it did. The market excels in two areas, lowering prices and expanding consumer options. The vast selection of free media publications available today is massive. However, this has led to the realization that the problem lies in the curation itself. Much of the new media landscape is openly resistant to the concept of self-regulation, even on an individual level. In my case, specifically, I did try to make an unbiased video about the Thai-Cambodia conflict, but let's be honest, my bias came through, and as I wrote the script, I did leave some things out. Many successful podcasters often dismiss the idea that they bear any responsibility for the content they create. To imply otherwise risks accusations or advocating for the cancellation of banning of certain individuals. Interestingly, these same podcasters are quite selective about their guests, yet maintaining the illusion that they will talk to anyone is crucial for their image of being a free speech advocate.
I'm a politically homeless person, for sure.
Tucker Carlson during his time at Fox News was undoubtedly controversial, but he had to liberate himself from the constraints of his gatekeepers to plunge into the actual madness we witness today. While this may seem like a critique of Carlson or any other popular podcast that claims independence, my real criticism is directed at their audience. Their descent into madness becomes clear when you examine the dynamics of the media marketplace. Emerging from opposition, political media struggles to thrive when its factions are actually in power. Trump's overwhelming victory and bold approach to governance have left the right's new media commentators in a difficult spot. Watching a YouTuber criticize the Democrats feels like I'm watching someone punch a man who's already down. Social media creators understand the psychology at play even more than the think tanks of legacy media, especially when it comes to getting those clicks. I'll highlight 4 of them for you right now. Emotions. If a media outlet can elicit reactions or arousing emotions like shock and anger, you will watch, discuss, and more likely comment. The bandwagon effect. The demand for belonging drives this. Seeing others respond to a post causes us to believe it's worth our time. Thus, user-generated content becomes appealing to us since they fill our need to fit the majority. Reciprocity. People feel compelled to return engagement when someone interacts with their content. You're more likely to do the same for a friend who regularly likes and comments on your posts. The power of storytelling. Now, facts inform, but stories captivate. Mark Twain said, "Never let the truth get in the way of a good story." Personal stories inspire empathy, which increases audience connection. Storytelling gives a content authenticity and memorability. Now, I'll give you an example that hits all 4 of these. The headline reads, Renee Nicole Good was a mother of 3, a wife, a poet, a singer, a hobby guitarist, and a U.S. citizen. Now, this isn't the venue that I want to discuss this news story on. In fact, I probably won't even comment on it at all. But I just wanted to point out that the Washington Post had over 50 million clicks on that story, despite it being behind a paywall. Now, here's why. If you are female, you make up 50.6% of the population in America. That is approximately 170 million people who begin to relate to this headline. 46.4% of females are married, and 29% of those married females have children. That is now over 23 million people who strongly relate to this headline. New media, or let's just say it, YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, all these creators are just as good, if not better, than legacy media in the business of audience retention. They're selling you a story, and that story is free. Just click like and subscribe for more sensationalized content. What I'm trying to say is that the ability to influence the media landscape isn't actually held by the New York Times, Jeff Bezos, Joe Rogan, or Tucker Carlson. It's in your hands. The end of gatekeeping signifies that for better or worse, you're now your own gatekeeper. The content you choose to engage with through your clicks is what will proliferate in this world. This is a responsibility that should not be taken lightly. Keep in mind that any form of media can and will influence your perception. So whether it's Tucker Carlson, Alex Cooper, Johnny Harris, John Doyle, Rick Beato.
Check Instagram Live.
Beato's live right now?
Yeah.
Why? What's going on? Oh my God.
Be cautious about who you choose to click on.
It's a huge YouTube issue.
The algorithm is not working.
The YouTube algorithm has changed.
Something's a bit weird on YouTube.
YouTube currently has a huge problem on the platform, and it is a problem that is affecting everyone.
Oh, hey, before I forget, make sure to click like and subscribe for more sensationalized content.